Hello everybody, John here, and today onto the garage we've got an XK8 show. So these are occasional shows where I'm not really showing you anything that's a secret of the XK8. There's no particular fixes or anything to do with the fleet. It's some news, some messages, and mainly it's input from you guys, the subscribers. I get lots and lots of mail from people showing me what they've done, asking me questions, etc, etc. So I just want to start off this one with a thanks to everybody who wrote in, commented after the video I did on the change again of the Clickclick speaker for the indicators on Purdy, my XK8. And I had a few people expressing concern that I'd put in a cheap and nasty speaker from, it was a little iPod speaker, I think, as a stopgap into my car when the original that came out was blown and was a 64 ohm speaker. And several of you got in touch, and thank you genuinely, saying, oh, be careful because that's quite a high ohmage speaker or resistance speaker. You don't want loads of amps flowing around where it shouldn't be and potentially damaging a control unit on your car. And absolutely I agree, and I do recognise that. And although that speaker wasn't labelled up, I did test it, and it was a 50-something ohm speaker, so quite high resistance. However, why didn't I swap it for an original one in the first place? I'd already swapped for an original, I think fake. You can spend quite a lot on original equipment speakers for the click-click, the indicator sound. So, as I don't know why that failed, I was loath to put another one in. I found another source, and that source is Bright Components. Now, this is an outlet that I found on eBay, UK eBay, and they sell LEDs, project components, lots of electronic stuff, a lot of it connected with cars. But one of the more random things that they sell is little 64 ohm speakers, and they are physically the right size. They have the same style of terminal. They look the same as the original and are marked up 66 FR, 64 ohm, 0.5 watt speakers. The original, in inverted commas, one that I bought cost me about £18. A Jaguar one bought from Jaguar will cost you £25+ typically, if you can get one. These cost £2.99. So I bought two, last of the big spenders. So I'll be fitting that. It's not something I'll show on video because obviously it's just cutting the wires and soldering this on. But if there are any issues with it, I will let you know. But my instinct is cheap source of speakers of the right ohmage, right sort of diameter to fit in there, all good. So that's Bright Components. Next up, I did a video some time back on the challenge of removing some stuck ABS wheel speed sensors from the front uprights of my XK8. And they'd swollen over time and bit into the uprights, and I had the devil's own game of removing them and ended up using my chosen technique of drilling them out. And that works. They are plastic bodied, full of copper and magnets, but it gets them out, it works, but it is very time consuming. Lots of people have written in saying they've had similar experiences and oh, what a challenge they are. But a couple of people suggested, why not burn them out? And one of those people, and I made a note, Rory Feeney, thank you very much Rory, was kind enough to actually send in some images for us of his removal of the sensors, showing it a lot easier than my drilling out technique. So we're going to share all that stuff with you now.
Okay, I'm making this video because I saw John onto the garage really doing a lot of work to get one of these ABS sensors out. The one on the right hand side of my car came out easily, but this one's really stuck, and some of the comments said why not burn it out. So I've got a little handheld blowtorch here and I'm going to have a go at burning it out and see what happens. So let's see how we do. Here we go, it's coming. I think if I had a bigger blowtorch, it'd be a lot quicker. Miles of this stuff. Copper windings. I think it's coming. Yeah, that's the bulk of it out. So I think burning, even with my little handheld blowtorch, is a lot quicker than drilling. So I had to go drilling last night, and none of my drill bits were hard enough to do it. So there we go. I think less than half an hour, probably about 20 minutes, and it does seem to be easier. Just going to clean it all up now. There's all the crap that came out of it. I think the windings are so tight that once you heat it up and the plastic melts, they just kind of burst and fill the space. Okay, hope this helps.
And Rory's got a 1996 coupe, which is in really good condition and runs on LPG. But the carver he's actually working on is another carver he's bought, another XK8, which has been stood around for some years and therefore looks a little bit more crusty underneath. Thank you so much for that, Rory. I will definitely be getting myself a nice sharp flamed blow lamp so that if I have any more issues, I am burning them straight out. Next, Gary Van Remertel. So Gary is a long-time contributor of the channel, and as most of you will know, and if not you should, he's the guy who puts together the XK8 Bible. So that's a PDF document which my channel hosts, and it's Gary's. It's very much Gary's. But we've got the link to it on our website, and I'll put the link to this document in the description below this video. And I'm going to put a QR code up now, which may or may not allow you to screenshot your way straight to it. We will find out. Beyond me, this sort of stuff, but thanks, Gary, for trying. And the xk8 Bible is Gary's document which records all of the things he's learnt about xk8s, looking after xk8s, mod and maintain xk8s through years of ownership of his rather later Carver mine. So please check that out if you haven't already. You can download a copy of it off the To The Garage website. Just go to useful documents and you'll find it in there, and it is constantly updated. So if you view it on the website, you will always be viewing the most up-to-date version of that document. Gary updates it probably once a month, if not more often sometimes. And I did a video a little while back which was about Trolley Jacks. I've got a monster new Trolley Jack which I'm really pleased with, and I happened to show a couple of my older jacks that I've still got, and one of them is kind of a match for one that Gary's got, and mine does look like it's been to the bottom of the sea and back. So he sent in a photo of his restored jack for our entertainment, just to show that I've neglected my jack. Thank you, Gary, and I particularly enjoyed the subject title of your message. But yes, please go check out Gary's Bible. It's an absolute mine of information, and sometimes even I am guilty of wanting to know something, wondering where it is, and then being nudged into, sure it's not in Gary's Bible, John? Oh yeah, I should know that really. Yeah, so check it out. And now we're going to check out some input from a guy, Mick McCutchen. And Mick has done some mods to his car, which kind of put me in the mind of my sort of mentality, if you like. I'm not wedded to originality. I enjoy the fact that my car is very early and has some unique features on it. I've got no intention of painting flames down the side or fitting a Subaru engine in it or anything daft like that. It's not going to get LS swapped. But I do enjoy modifications, tweaks, improvements to make it more in line with my own taste, or to improve function or the look of bits and pieces. You know, it's my car. I enjoy tinkering with it almost as much as I enjoy driving it. And Mick very much strikes me as that same character. And he's done a couple of really interesting mods to his car, which some of you guys are just going to find interesting to look at, and some of you are going to be rushing to your sheds to have a crack at. One is changing the style of his door panels from a soft insert to a veneer effect insert. And I think it's a really successful mod and really does challenge me as to whether I would want that or not. So I'm going to look at some images now from Mick.
So unfortunately we don't have a before picture of Mick's door panels. So this is a picture of my door panel with some minions in the background. Just somewhere I parked and I was amused by the view. And we're talking about that pale area in the door panel that's got sort of a waffle effect cloth on my car, and on a lot of other cars it's either a leather cover or a smooth brush nylon cover. Here we see Mick's door cards with that panel removed, and first thing is just strip off the cloth, vinyl, leather from that panel to give yourself a template. Then Mick has created these heavy wooden templates from those in order to hold the positions for the fixing pegs on the back of the panel. Once he'd made that up, Mick found some old pieces of aluminium siding, or aluminum if you're in America, and was able to use this to cut round using a carbide router and produce an aluminium panel, to which, using his big wooden jig, he was able to bond some fixings in the right places. So now he's got an aluminium version of the original. He then painted up the A surface, the surface you'll see, with a base colour that was approximately walnutty colour and shade, before finding some hydro transfer material in a walnut pattern that he got from eBay. And if you've never seen this before, it's basically like a transfer that you used to stick onto models when you were a kid, your Airfix, etc. And when you've released it from its backing paper, you float the transfer in a bath of water, and it becomes flexible, it's incredibly thin, and then you push your panel through the film on the surface and it adheres immediately to the object that you're immersing in the water. And this is the effect. Absolutely stunning, I'm sure you'll agree. And he got the little gold leapers also off eBay and positioned those on the panels. And then lacquered, clear lacquer, the entire thing to give this deep gloss finish that looks exactly like true veneered wood panels. And this is what they look like when installed on the door panels or door cards. I think you'll agree, they do look OE. They look fantastic. Mick should really be complimented on this mod. Very impressive. Not such a great quality image, unfortunately, of the car with them fitted, but well done, Mick, and thank you so much for sharing that.
And if you thought that that was impressive, Mick has also created his own style of bonnet vent. So if you've got an XKR, you've got a hole in the bonnet which has a grill of sorts that is there to allow heat to rise and escape from the supercharger, and the flow of air over the bonnet helps draw that out. Now, they can come loose, they can break, they do get lost, and they are increasingly expensive to buy the OE kit. There are aftermarket vents, but there are a wide selection of styles which may not appeal to you. Mick decided to make his own.
But the story of those we'll save for our next XK8 show.
Okay, we're going to leave the contributor content there for now. I know there are lots and lots of you who will be thinking, I sent in some amazing stuff, John, you haven't showed it yet. I'm sorry, it's just about when I can get round to stuff, and at the moment I'm really struggling.
If you're enjoying our channel, then don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell icon so you get notifications of new videos. And please give us a thumbs up or thumbs down, and you can share the videos. And below the video is always the area where you can comment and get involved with the chat.